Across centuries and continents, humanity has pursued wisdom, seeking answers in ancient scrolls, following the whispers of desert winds, and longing for truth that transcends time. Proverbs 1:7, Ecclesiastes 1:13. Among all seekers, one queen rose above the rest, her royal caravan shimmering beneath the relentless sun, crossing endless sands in search of understanding. 1 Kings 10:1-2. She journeyed to the legendary court of Solomon, where riddles met revelation and wisdom was treasured above all riches. 1 Kings 10:3-7. The Queen of Sheba's quest became a story of courage, elegance, and wonder. A royal encounter with wisdom that would echo through the ages. 2 Chronicles 9:1-12. Generations later, Jesus of Nazareth recalled her journey, declaring that someone greater than Solomon had come, offering wisdom beyond imagination to all who seek. Matthew 12:42, Luke 11:31. When God invited Solomon to ask for anything, the young king chose wisdom, to lead his people with justice and understanding. God was pleased, granting Solomon a discerning heart and a mind unmatched in history. 1 Kings 3:5-14. In his majestic throne room, Solomon delivered judgments that became legendary, most famously revealing the true mother in a dispute over a child. His wisdom was more than cleverness, it was compassion and spiritual insight in action. 1 Kings 3:16-28. Under Solomon's rule, Israel entered a golden age. He built the magnificent temple in Jerusalem, royal palaces, and fortified cities. Silver became as common as stones, and prosperity flowed throughout the land. 1 Kings 6:7, 2 Chronicles 1:15. Solomon's wisdom was immortalized in proverbs, philosophical writings, and poetry. His mind was both logical and poetic, offering reflections that still inspire and challenge seekers of truth. Proverbs 1:1, Ecclesiastes 1:1, Song of Songs 1:1. News of Solomon's brilliance spread far and wide. Kings sent envoys, fleets brought treasures, and the Queen of Sheba arrived with gifts and questions, her visit a summit of wisdom and diplomacy. 1 Kings 10:1-13. Yet, despite his gifts, Solomon's heart wandered. Political alliances and foreign wives led him to build altars for other gods. God warned, "I will surely tear the kingdom from you." His choices fractured Israel's future. 1 Kings 11:1-13. Solomon's story is a paradox, a man blessed with extraordinary wisdom, yet unable to keep his heart steadfast. Jesus later invoked Solomon's name, teaching that wisdom without obedience has limits, and even the brightest minds need faithful hearts. Matthew 12:42, 1 Kings 11:4. From a land famed for gold and mystery, the Queen of Sheba emerged as a wise and courageous leader. Her journey was more than a diplomatic mission. It was a quest for truth, driven by a deep hunger for wisdom and faith. She crossed deserts and kingdoms, remembered in both the Old and New Testaments as a seeker whose story still inspires. 1 Kings 10:1-13, 2 Chronicles 9:1-12, Matthew 12:42. Arriving at Solomon's court, she brought rare gifts and profound questions. Her intellect and spirit matched the king's, and her wisdom challenged even Solomon. She was honored not just for her wealth, but for her insight and faith, a woman whose story echoes as a model of intellect and spiritual strength. 1 Kings 10:2-9. In their dialogue, the queen posed deep riddles, not to test, but to seek understanding. Her questions revealed a heart that valued wisdom above status, and a spirit longing for truth. She showed that true greatness lies in the pursuit of knowledge and faith. 1 Kings 10:1, Proverbs 4:7. She was left in awe, not only by Solomon's wisdom but by the evidence of God's presence. Her faith and recognition of the divine set her apart as a true seeker, worthy of honor and remembrance. 1 Kings 10:9, 2 Chronicles 9:8. Jesus himself praised the Queen of Sheba, calling her a model of wisdom, seeking, and faith. He declared that she would stand as a judge over those who ignore true wisdom, her story transcending gender, time, and nation, and setting a standard for all who seek truth. Matthew 12:42, Luke 11:31. The Queen of Sheba's pilgrimage shines as a beacon for all generations, her courage, intellect, and faith a model for every seeker. Her legacy reminds us that true wisdom is open to all who pursue it with a sincere and humble heart. Proverbs 2:2-6. 2 Kings, Solomon and Jesus. Solomon, son of David, reigned in golden splendor, his wisdom renowned across the earth. Jesus, also called Son of David, entered the world in a humble manger yet brought wisdom not just granted but embodied. Where Solomon's throne dazzled with riches, Jesus' kingdom began in obscurity but would shine with eternal light. As the Gospels proclaim, the Queen of the South will rise at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, something greater than Solomon is here. Matthew 12:42, Luke 11:31. Solomon was born into royalty, inheriting a throne and asking God for wisdom. His mind was brilliant, his judgments legendary, his words preserved in Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Songs. Jesus, born among animals, possessed divine wisdom from the start, astonishing teachers as a child, teaching with authority, and revealing the mysteries of God through parables. Solomon's wisdom governed a nation. Jesus' wisdom redeems the world. 1 Kings 3:9-12, Luke 2:46-47, Mark 1:22. Solomon built the first temple in Jerusalem, a house of stone and gold where nations gathered to worship. Jesus called himself the living temple, his body crucified and raised, opening the way for every heart to become a sanctuary of God. Solomon's failings led him astray, divided loyalties and foreign gods. Jesus, tempted in every way, remained sinless, faithful and perfect in obedience. 1 Kings 6:138, John 2:19-21, Hebrews 4:15. Solomon's legacy was a divided kingdom, admired for wisdom, but fractured by choices. Jesus' legacy is an eternal kingdom, worshipped by generations, known as the wisdom of God. Solomon's brilliance drew kings and queens. Jesus' light draws all nations. In their stories we see reflections, but not equals. Solomon was the wisest among men. Jesus is wisdom itself, the Redeemer of all. 1 Kings 11:11-13, 1 Corinthians 1:24. Across continents and centuries, the Queen of Sheba stands as a living bridge, her journey linking Africa, Arabia, and Israel in a shared pursuit of wisdom. Through her, the story of divine understanding becomes a tapestry woven from many peoples, united by a longing for truth. 1 Kings 10:1-13, Isaiah 60:1-6. Sheba's blessing was more than a royal gesture. It was a sign that wisdom and faith are for all nations. Her story foreshadows the day when Christ's kingdom welcomes every people, every language into a fellowship of worship and hope. Revelation 7:9, Matthew 28:19. Out of conflict and division, Sheba's legacy shines as one of peace, reverence, and unity. Her example reminds us that true wisdom draws the world together, not in conquest but in shared hope and worship. Psalm 72:10-11. Wisdom is not a relic of the past. Jesus redeems the stories of Solomon and Sheba, showing us that true wisdom is alive, vibrant, present, and within reach for everyone who seeks it. James 1:5, Colossians 2:2-3. Like the Queen of Sheba, we are invited to ask questions, to search for meaning, and to embrace the light of truth for ourselves. Matthew 7:7-8. If the Queen of the South traveled far for a glimpse of Solomon's wisdom, how much more should we seek the one who offers wisdom without limit? Matthew 12:42, Ephesians 1:17. The invitation is open. Will you seek? Will you question? Will you discover the wisdom that is waiting for you? James 1:5, Proverbs 2:4-6.